Alright, here we are. First of all, shout out to all the people who find out the music that I play in my videos. There's always that one guy in the comments. I appreciate you. Someone always finds out when I'm playing. Anyways, not wasting too much of your time here. We're gonna get right into it. Lightning got some morale changes, but only for base form, which doesn't. I guess it just increases her damage a little bit, but it's only one hit, so you have to just work that in. So it's a one hit with a modifier, depending on what your morale is, which is 231 times plus the 120 times. So I just don't think it's going to be still good, but it's an alternative damage turn. If you don't have a Brave Shift form up, then I guess you could work it into something. I guess that's what they're thinking. Obviously, it should be a lot better if this was counting her Brave Shift LB instead, or just both. That'd probably even better than that, both. But so this CW thing is a new tag. I don't think it's Clash of Wills. It's just a new tag. I don't know what CW means, but it's there. So currently, there aren't very many characters listed in this leader skill. But there are people in Rebellion. So there's that at least. So, but apparently there's not very many units currently in any of the CW stuff. So we'll probably have to wait for that. But 900% attack and magic is insane. Expect that to be happening on a lot of premium units going forward. And then of course her Brave Shift LB is the 650 times mod with, if you ever EX2, that's 150% amp. And on top of that, she has a cooldown which allows you to get 40% gun or sword imperil, which is actually very good for even for on the global version, especially because now that's 2 imperils on one cooldown. Plus it gives her some LB fill. So you definitely want to use that on a turn where her LB is not up. And then you get the weapon imperil on top of that, because her Brave Shift LB her imperil is only 35%, so you definitely want to use that cooldown for the extra 5%, because it actually does matter. I've tested before. I've done Clash of Wills bosses before with only like 5%, and I miss out on some damage. So 5% does matter. But other than all that, she's just a very strong damage dealer with a pretty good leader skill now, and a small addition. I would say this is about of a reach as morale stuff like what Cloud got, where he only had one thing. This is basically the same thing, where they only put one thing on her instead of, you know, giving her more. But she's still good. Gonna go ahead and give her an 8.75 out of 10. Very useful unit, especially the vision card. For some reason you can get her to EX3 if you're very lucky, or you just wait it out. You get 658 attack and magic for Rebellion units, on top of that 170 baseline. So pretty good all around. Just a pretty good unit all around. Plus the AoE Thunder Imbue is pretty nice in Clash of Wills, because remember the boss, a lot of bosses like to dispel and stuff, so very nice to have. And then we go from good to a whatever unit. Like, what does there even say about him? There's not much to say. You see all this stuff here? Are you not impressed? I'm not surprised. There's literally nothing here to say. This stuff is kind of nice, I guess, but it's not 100%. I mean, if this was all 100%, we'd be talking a little bit differently, because that would be pretty good for Clash of Wills against resistances and stuff. And he also has Earth Imbue, but there's not much to say here. There really isn't. It's just an Earth Imperil field, cool. And you don't even need your SLB for that. So that's something. There really isn't much to say about him, though. I'm gonna give him a 6. There just isn't much to say. Fang, as of now, is going to be the strongest Dragoon, or at least one of the strongest Dragoons. With all that, remember, when I say strongest Dragoon, you gotta have all the stuff. You gotta have the Vision card, you gotta have the STMR, the Helmet STMR, you gotta have Kimari's STMR, and you gotta have whatever else I may have missed on top of that. So yeah, she's really good, but what is there to say? It's just another Dragoon. Dragoons are not meta, and they probably never will be unless they change them again. I don't know what they would need, but maybe just make all jumps one turn only, and that's it. Don't make them any more than one turn, so then you can use the 150% amp or whatever amps you may want to use. I think that's one decent change. Maybe make the modifiers ridiculously high so they're worth using even without any amp. That would be another option. But yeah, she's good, but just a Dragoon. I'm gonna give her a 7.5. Anyways, I'm really glad that there was no one in my comment section that said that this card was good for some reason. Like, look at it. You don't even have to be that good at the game to see that this card is not good. 140 attack instead of 135. They thought that was going to be like a big, you know, whoa, crazy moment, but it's not. 20% evasion. What are we in 2017? 50% LB fill rate. That should be like 200%. That should be a lot higher than that. 50% is almost nothing. It might get you a few. It might. 200% would be like good, but it still wouldn't be worth it. It would, even if that was 200%, it still wouldn't be worth it. Even if that evasion was like 50%, it still wouldn't be worth it, because the other stuff is just whatever. Like, who cares about TDH at this point? You can easily gear TDH, and then the 500 flat at the end. Most cards have that, so you shouldn't pull this card. If you're pulling for Lightning and you're going for that step up, don't even think about this card. You're not going for the card. It's like a nice bonus, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. But you're not going in for this card, and if you are, obviously you're a whale or you don't care about your Lapis, because this is definitely not worth the Lapis. Just saying. Just saying. So, if you got 70k Lapis laying around, I guess you can pull for Lightning, but most of us probably don't have it. Including me. I don't got 70k Lapis laying around. So, yeah, that's about it. That's about it for the review. Lightning is definitely top tier, but they raised the price of Lightning by quite a bit, and most people are not going to be able to pull her. So hopefully you have a bunch of tickets or just get her from a daily. That'd be nice, right? Not many ways of getting shards either, so just gonna have to do it. You just have to hope for it. You know, getting Lightning from a daily, getting her from a ticket. That's really all you can hope for. Unfortunately, I don't have any good news in that regard, because they just raised the price and it's just ridiculous, and I can't agree to that. You shouldn't agree to that either. You should be closing your wallet for this, because they want to get away with this just like they've done every other time. Remember, way back in the day, they tried it. The 5-star bundle for like, it was like a lot of money. It was like $60. No, I don't think it was that much, but maybe it was. It was a lot of money for like a 5-star guaranteed unit summon or something, and that was the first thing they got away with. But then they dropped it. This has got to be another situation where they're trying to get away with something. Don't fall for it. Pulling with free Lapis is not a big deal, because like, it's free Lapis, they're not getting anything out of that. But if you paid for Lapis recently, if you are currently going to be spending Lapis or getting Lapis from money, I just would recommend not to do that. But I can't tell you what to do with your money or your Lapis, of course. At the end of the day, it's your choice. That's it. So, final words. If you, like, I saw someone say, oh, all content creators should just do a boycott. Doesn't really work. Not very many of us. There's no more Clake or Howl, and despite what you may think of them, they were like the rock stars of this game, of the content creators. There was no one like that anymore. No offense to anyone else, but I'm not anyone near that level. So they don't care about us. It's you guys that they care about. The casual player, especially. If you're a casual player, they care a lot about you, because they want to bait you into getting Lapis through money. So they care 1,000,000% more about a casual player and less about people that have been playing the game for a long time, like me. That they just know you're gonna log in anyways. They care more about you, the person who might not be logging in today. So that is the one who should be boycotting. That is the one who should be putting messages on their Facebook or their Twitter threads. Those are the people that should be doing that, not me. I'm not trying to shove anything on anybody, but I'm just saying that's a better way of doing it than just me doing it, because they don't care about me. That's just how it is. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. I love to see all your guys' comments in the comment section down below. Hope to see you there. I'll see you in the next video as well. Peace.